Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Once again, this is your Sangkai Ariel. Now, let's move on to the next tutorial regarding the AutoCAD training. I hope and you watched already my previous tutorial regarding the basic draw command in AutoCAD. Now, let's move on to the next toolbar in AutoCAD, which is the modify. But now this is my startup AutoCAD workspace. As usual, I have to click this start drawing. Then I have to, by the way, I am comfortable working in AutoCAD without this grid line, so I have to remove this one by hitting F7. Then let's check as usual if our units is already set in millimeters. So by doing that, type UN, and hit enter. So still by default, the units of my AutoCAD is in inches. So I have to change this one to millimeters. So by doing that, click in here. Then I have to choose the millimeters unit. Then I hit OK. Then I'm sure now that my AutoCAD units now is in millimeters. Okay, let's move on. In modify command, which you will find it here on the upper left of your monitor, it's in here. Okay. So under the modify toolbar, there's a lot of icon, which I'm gonna explain to you later. Remove, copy, stretch, rotate, mirror, scale, trim, fillet, array, erase, explode, and offset. Okay, let's start with the command move. By doing the command move, you can pick in here this icon or just simply type M on your keyboard. But before that, let's draw first an object. Let's, for example, a circle. So in our previous lesson, shortcut of circle is C, enter. And I have to, let's say I want a 1 meter radius of my circle. Okay, so this is my 1 meter radius circle. Okay, let's go back again to the command move. In the command move, you can pick in here or simply type M on your keyboard. M, enter. Then AutoCAD is asking us select object, so I have to select my circle. So now circle is now highlighted. Then I hit enter. Then specify base point. I have to specify my base point exactly in the center of my circle. So I have to pick the center of my circle, which is in here. In here. Then I can move now my circle from this original position anywhere on my workspace. For example, from here I have to move it here. So the circle now has been moved. Now let's do it precisely. For example, another way of selecting my circle, I can, in our previous lesson, we can select first the object, then followed by the command. For example, I have to select my circle, this one, then will be followed by the command, or M, enter. So now I can freely move my circle. Okay, let's do a move command in a precise manner. For example, I have to move, I have to select the circle, then type the command move M. Then I have to pick on the center of my circle. Then for example, I have to move my circle 2 meters to the right. So I have to type 2 meters or 2000 millimeters. Then hit enter. So my circle has been moved from its original position 2 meters to the right. For example, let's move our circle to the left. I have to select the object, then type the command M. My base point is on the center. Then for example, I have to drag the object to the left, then type 2 meters or 2000 millimeters, then hit enter. So my object has been moved from its original position 2 meters to the left. Okay? Now let's move on to the next command, which is copy. So in the same manner, you can pick in here or type on your keyboard CO for the shortcut of copy. So the same manner, let's pick first, or let's select first the object, then type the command copy CO for the shortcut, enter, then pick on the base point. I make the center of the circle as my base point again, then I have to pick here, then I can copy my object. If I will deactivate my ortho mode or F8, so I can copy my object anywhere on my workspace. I have to activate my ortho mode, F8. Now I want to copy the circle 2 meters to the right. So again, I have to type 2 meters. Then my circle has been copied from its original position 2 meters to the right. Let's try copying this one 6 meters to the right. Let's copy, CO, enter, base point is in the center, and 6 meters to the right. Yes, okay, that's the copy command. And for example, I have to copy this one, CO, then base point, then I want to copy this one in here, in here, in here, in here. As you notice that the copy command is will continue unless you terminate the command copy. By terminating the command, just hit escape or enter. For example, okay, I have to continue copying in here up to here, let's say up to here, and here, and here, and somewhere here. Then if I will hit enter, the copy command will terminate. Okay? So let's move on to the next command, which is the stretch. In doing the stretch, but before that, I have to draw first a polyline. Let's say a polyline having a 3 meters length. So I have here now a 3 meters length polyline. Then let's try again to draw another object, which is a rectangle having a 3 meters length and 1 meter width. So I have here now a rectangle having 3 meters length and 1 meter width. Then let's try to draw another object. Let's, for example, an octagon. Here my octagon meaning 8 sides, center. Then I have to specify my center point, inscribe the circle. So let's say my radius of my circle is 1 meter. Okay. Here I have my octagon. Okay. For demonstration purposes, I have to draw these 3 objects. Okay, let's go back to the command stretch. In command stretch, the same manner, you can pick in here or type S on your keyboard for the shortcut and hit enter. So you are now ready for your stretch command. But for me, I am comfortable selecting first the object, for example the line, okay, the closing window to the left, dragging to the left. So I have to select my line. So the line is now highlighted, showing all the vertices. Then I have to type S, enter. Then I have to pick the end point of my line. Then I can stretch wherever I want. For example, I want this line to be stretched 3 meters more to the right. Okay, just simply type 3000 on your keyboard, then hit enter. Now my 3 meters line before is now doubled because I increased the length by 3 meters. Okay, let's try the rectangle. In the rectangle, same manner, I have to select first the rectangle, then I have to type the command stretch or S for the shortcut, then hit enter. Then I can stretch now my rectangle. For example, I will only select the 2 segments of my rectangle by the closing window, dragging to the left by something like this. Then, for example, I have to stretch. Let's try what will happen. From here. So it will only be stretched something like that. If I will free my R2 or deactivate F8, so I can stretch something like that on my rectangle. Okay, now let's move on to the octagon by applying the command stretch. Okay, the same manner, I have, for example, I have to select using my closing window only from here to this boundary, then hit enter, and then release. So my octagon has been selected and highlighted, all the vertices has been shown. But let's try what will the stretch command can do using that kind of selection. Okay, then type S, enter. Then let's say my base point is here. So you see, so that's it. Okay. Let's undo and try another one. Let's try selecting up to here, then type S, then my base point is here, stretch, and see, this is now what will happen if we are using this kind of stretch to the octagon. Okay, I hope the stretch command is very clear to you. Then let's move on to the command rotate. In command rotate, you can pick in here and simply type on your keyboard RO for the shortcut of rotate. So in the same manner, for example, let's make this stretch octagon as our subject. In the same manner, for example, I have to select this octagon and type RO, then hit enter. I want my rotation base point is in the center of this object. So shift right, then geometric center. So the geometric center of my stretch octagon is here. So I have to pick in here, then I can rotate now my object. Since the ortho mode is active, so my rotation is limited to horizontal, vertical, and horizontal, and vertical again. So if you want that your rotation will be free in movement, just type or deactivate your ortho mode. Then you can rotate in whatever angle you want. For example, I want to rotate my stretch octagon 60 degree. So my octagon has been rotated 60 degrees from its original position. Okay, it's very simple for the rotate command. Now let's move on to the mirror command. In mirror command, simply pick in here in this icon. Then as usual, I want you to be practiced using the shortcut method by typing on your keyboard. So when typing on your keyboard for the shortcut of mirror is just type MI. So there is the mirror command here. Okay, now let's try to mirror this stretch octagon. So simply select first the object, then type MI, enter, and this is the AutoCAD is asking us to specify first point of mirror line. For example, this is my first point of mirror line, and my second point of mirror line is here. Then AutoCAD is asking us here, erase source object, meaning source object is this one. This is the source object. If you want to erase this one or you want to retain this one, simply answer this question right here. Okay, now I do not want my uh, source object to be deleted, so I just hit enter, because by default it's already in no. So I will type enter. So my original object, which is this one, has been retained, and the mirrored object is in here. Okay, so let's try another one. Let's select again this one and type the command mi for the mirror. For example, my first mirror line point is in here. Then let's try to deactivate the auto mode if A, so I can freely mirror my object wherever I want. Okay, for example, I want this one from here to be mirrored in here, and this is my second mirror line point, and I hit OK if I am already satisfied with in which position my mirror object will be. So I have to put in here my second point line, mirror line, then hit enter. Then this is the mirrored object from this original object. Okay, now let's move on to the next command, which is the scale. In doing the command scale, for example, this is our object. Simply type or simply pick this icon, or type on your keyboard EC for the scale. Okay, now let's try. This is our subject. I will select this stretch octagon. Then I have to type the command scale AC for the shortcut and hit enter. Then I want my base point somewhere here, this one. Then I want my stretch octagon to be doubled in size. So by doing that, just type 2 or times 2 of the original size. 2 enter. So my stretch octagon is now scaled 2 times than the original size. Okay, that's very simple for the scale command. Then let's try to move on to the next icon, which is the trim command. In trim command, let's try first to draw a horizontal line, and let's copy this one. Copy here, and somewhere here. And let's try to draw a vertical line, and let's copy this one somewhere here, and more. Okay. Let's try to demonstrate to you the trim command. But before that, whenever you see that there's still an arrow, drop down arrow, meaning aside from trim, there's another command inside in it. For example, so there is an extend command. So we will tackle that one after this trim command. Okay, let's try the trim command. In trim command, you can pick in here in the icon, or simply type on your keyboard TR for the shortcut. Okay, let's try TR. Then let's hit enter, and AutoCAD will ask us the trimming line. For example, I have to select this one as my trimming line, this one, and this one. So any line outside this trimming line is subject or ready to be trimmed. For example, this line can be trimmed something like this. Since I already selected the 2 lines as my trimming line, then I hit enter. So I am now ready to trim all this line. It's either here or here. Let's try in here. So I can trim this one, I can trim this one, I can trim this one. And same here, I can trim here. I can trim either here on the bottom part or the above part of my trimming line. Let's try to trim above part of my trimming line in here, and the other one is in here, and in here, and in here. Okay, so that's the command trim. And tips for the command trim, for example, I have to type TR. Then if I will double hit enter, for example, enter, meaning now all my lines will serve as a trimming lines. For example, here, here, here. See all now the lines without selecting, which is the trimming lines. By clicking double enter, it will now serve all the lines as the trimming lines. Okay, for example, this one, here, here, here. See? I hope it's clear. So we can move to the next command, which is the extend command. Let's move on to the next command, which is the extend command in AutoCAD. An extend command, in the same manner, just simply pick in here, or just type on your keyboard EX for extend. Okay, for example, let me first draw a line somewhere, something like this, and another line in vertical orientation. Okay. In the command extend, simply type on your keyboard for EX for the shortcut, then hit enter. Then, for example, this is my boundary, and this is the line that I want to be extended. Then I have to pick this boundary and hit enter. Then I can extend now my line. Another one. Okay, let's try something like this. Another one for demonstration purposes. Okay, and the command extend, for example, type EX, enter. Then I have to select both lines, the horizontal line and the vertical line. Whenever this line, then for example, I click enter. So whenever this line detected the boundary limit, it will automatically extend it. So this line detected a boundary limit, which is the this vertical line, so it will be extended up to there. Okay, that's the command extend. For example, okay, let's try again. I have a line here. I have a line there, and I have a line here, and let's say I have a diagonal line here. Okay, let's try again the command extend. Okay, I have to type EX, then hit enter. Then I have to select all, then hit enter. So let's try what will happen. So it will be extended there, and it will be extended again there, and this one will be extended there, and this one will be extended to this diagonal line, and this one will be extended there. Okay, I hope the extend command is very clear now. Now let's move on to the next command. So in this one we have the fillet. So again, there is a drop down arrow. Let's try what's inside. So in the drop down arrow we have the fillet, chamfer, and the blend curves. So okay, first let's demonstrate to you the fillet command. In fillet command, for example, I have here a 2 meters line, for example, a horizontal line. Then for example, I have here a 2 meters also. Okay. Let's try the fillet command. In fillet command, simply click in here in this icon, or type on your keyboard for the shortcut F. So that's the fillet command. Okay, let's now demonstrate to you how the fillet command works. Okay, type F, enter. Then this is then let's set the radius of the fillet. For example, the radius, I want it to be half meter, 500 millimeters. Hit enter. Then this is my first line to be filleted, and this is my second line. Let's try. Okay. So I have now here a fillet having a half meter radius. Okay, that's easy. Now let's move on to the next command, which is the chamfer. In chamfer, let's try again. Let's draw again a 2-meter line and another 2-meter line vertical. Okay, this is our two lines as a subject for the demonstration of the command chamfer. In chamfer command, you can pick in here or click in here or type on your keyboard CHA for the chamfer and hit enter. Then the AutoCAD is asking us the distance. For example, the distance on my first line is, let's say, 1 meter. Then my second line is 1 meter as well. Then I have to click both lines. So that's my chamfer having a chamfering corner of 1 meter and 1 meter. Let's try another one. For example, having a chamfer having different distances. For example, this one. Okay. Let's try again the chamfer. Chamfer. Type CHA on your keyboard. Hit enter. Then for the distance, click in here. For example, my first distance is 1 meter. Then the second distance is half meter, which is 500. Enter. Then let's try what will happen. So I have a chamfer having a 1 meter distance and half meter the second distance. So that's the command chamfer. Now let's move on to the next command, which is the array. For example, let's draw a rectangle having a 1 meter width and 1 meter length. So I have it in here. So for example, in array command, you can pick in here or simply type on your keyboard ER for array. Now for example, I have to select this square, then I have to type ER, enter. Then I want the arrays in rectangular, I have to pick this one. Okay, so here there's some parameter to fill in. For example, here I have to increase my column to 10. 10. Then I have to increase my rows to, let's say, 6. Okay, so this is now my square array in this kind of parameters. We have 10 square and 6 square in the row and 10 in the column. Okay, it's easy, and let's move on to the next command, which is the array in polar manner. Okay, let's try again to make a circle. Square, sorry. So this is my square. For example, I have to select my square and type array, and this time in polar, and this is my center point of my. Then for example, I have to type items, then I have to type dot, so then hit enter. So that's now square in a polar array manner, having a 12 items or 12 numbers of square. Okay, then Let's move on to the next command, which is the erase. In erase command, just simply pick this one or type on your keyboard E for the shortcut, and let's try. I have to select this one, then type E on your keyboard, then hit enter. Then any object that you will select will be deleted. For example, I have to choose all this circle up here and type E and enter. All those things will be deleted. Okay? Now, let's move on to the next command. Next command is this one, explode. You can pick in here or just simply type on your keyboard X. X for explode. Then you are ready now to explode any object. For example, I want to explode this stretch octagon. This stretch octagon, it comes in one entity. One entity. Why? Because when I pick this one, all the segments has been highlighted. Now, in doing the explode, all this one will become in a numerous segments or numerous entity. Okay, let's try selecting this one and type X and hit enter. So now this will become an independent entity from the others. Okay, so meaning all the segment has been exploded. Let's try again with this one. Let's try to explode X. So it's exploded. Let's try this one. This irregular shape. It comes in one entity. If you explode again, so it will become an independent entity or independent segments. Okay? Okay, let's move on to the next command. In the next command, we have this one, the offset. So by doing this, just simply pick in here or type on your keyboard O for the offset. Okay, to demonstrate with you, for example, I have here the chamfer and fillet that we did earlier. By doing that, for example, I have to type O, enter. Then AutoCAD is asking us for the distance. So the distance, let's type 200 millimeters, enter. Then I can offset either below or above the original object. Okay, let's try offsetting this one below. So that's how we can offset above. Okay, and we can do that also here in this kind of object that we filleted earlier. So type O for the offset, then hit enter. Then the distance is still adapting the 200 millimeters that we did in here, because we did not put a new value for that. So AutoCAD will adapt the last value that we input. So okay, this one, okay, and let's try to delete it for the circle, offset, okay, from here, here, and even the other side. Okay, I hope it's very clear. I hope that you like my video. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel by hitting the subscribe and hitting the notification bell. So whenever I have a new tutorial rather, you will be notified and you will be informed on your YouTube channel as well. Thank you and bye-bye.